silence. Perhaps I was mistaken. I thought perhaps it isn't her. I had seen her only once fleetingly, and that was years ago. It was most probable that I had rung the wrong bell. The woman let go of the door and stepped to the side. She was wearing my mother's green knitted cardigan. The wooden buttons were rather pale from washing. She saw that I was looking at the cardigan and half hid herself again behind the door. But I knew now that I was right. Here, the starting itself gives us the clue. Do you still know me? I asked, the narrator is asking, do you know me? It is the way in which someone introduces the conversation. She has come there in search of an address and she found the address. And the owner does not recognize him. So she is asking, do you know me? It can happen with anybody by mistake. But here there is no mistake. It is a deliberate attempt to reject someone's identity. The woman looked at me searchingly. What does it mean? The woman looked very intently at me. Searchingly means, coming deeper into you to check whether you are that person or somebody else. That's the meaning. The woman looked at me searchingly. You can use this in your conversation. This word can be used every day in your conversation. The woman looked at me searchingly. She had opened the door a chink. See, the word chink, what does it mean? It refers to the sound that is made when the door is opened. She opened the door a chink. Rupashri and Chella, please make yourself visible. I came closer and stood on the step. So she went up and stood on the step at the door. So what is the response of that woman? No, I don't know you. I am Mrs. Yes, daughter. Yes can stand for Susan. I am the daughter of Mrs. Yes. Oh, who is Mrs. Yes? She must have asked. She held her hand on the door as though she wanted to prevent it from opening any further. Mrs. Yes' daughter went there and the owner of the house was standing at the door blocking the way. She gave her a message that nobody inside the house should be disturbed because of a stranger. So she was standing there at the door and she was hiding. Her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. She kept staring at me in silence. For a long time, not once, for a long time she kept staring at her in silence. So at once what would happen to that girl? Perhaps I was mistaken, she thought. Oh, by mistake I came to the wrong address. Perhaps it isn't her. I had seen her only once fleetingly. Yogeshwaran, turn on your camera. Only once I had seen her fleetingly means or moving in the movement while going. And that was not now, years ago. It was most probable that I had rung the wrong bell. That's what she has felt. Most probably I had rung the wrong bell. The woman let go of the door and stepped to the side. The woman stepped to the side and closed the door a little more in order to prevent her from peeping inside. She was wearing my mother's green knitted cardigan. Cardigan is a overcoat. That lady was wearing the cardigan of her mother. The wooden buttons were rather pale from washing. It has been used over and over again and again. Chella, please turn on your camera. Make yourself more visible. So it has become pale from washing. She saw that I was looking at the cardigan. That lady found out that I was looking at the cardigan. So that gave her the message that this is the correct address, this is the correct woman, and she came to know because of the cardigan that she wanted to hide. Looking at the cardigan and half hid herself again behind the door, I knew now that I was right. She came to know, she realized that she was right. See, can anybody tolerate this? Tavi Priya, turn on your camera. Can anybody tolerate this? It is not possible. Nobody will be able to tolerate. The mother is not there now. Mother has died in the war. Her things were entrusted in her care, and it was told to her very clearly, those things should be handed over to her daughter. Since the mother had died, here there is nobody to support her, there is nobody to speak for her, there is nobody to back her up. So that is the condition. Okay. Well, you know my mother? I asked. She is asking again another question. Yes, do you know my mother? Again the question is, have you come back? See the question that is asked. Have you come back? Said the woman. Why did she ask that question? That is because of the guilt feeling in her mind. That is why she asked, have you come back? Okay, the guilt feeling in her mind. She has robbed the things of her mother. Now it belongs to that daughter. And now she says again, have you come back? That is only to make that girl go away from there forever. She does not want her to come back there, because if she comes there and if she proves that those things are hers, she has to return all those things. So that comes because of greed. Nanda Kishore, turn on the camera. So that comes because of the greed. Greed to possess things. Suppose you don't want to let off the things that belongs to others. You say lies. We say lies. So this is what had happened there with that woman who said a lot of lies. I thought no one had come back, only me. Yogeshwaran, camera. So she thought there was nobody, and that is why I thought only me. A door opened and closed in the passage behind her. The door opened and closed. The door opened and closed in the passage behind her. A musty smell came. What is this musty smell? Musty smell comes from the things which are there in the house for a long time. Okay, because of the damp. Okay, because of the wet. When it is wet for a long time, especially if it is wooden things, from there a type of hard smell comes. That is the musty smell. So that musty smell was coming from the door as the door was kept open. Again, what does she say? What does this woman say? I regret I cannot do anything for you. See the mind of the woman. Such a greedy woman, possessive woman, I cannot do anything for you. Suppose had she come back there with her mother, the mother is not there now, she has died. She would not be able to say it. And such things happen only after the war. That has to be in your mind very clearly. Not being recognized happened after the war. If all the members of the family die, suppose you have got lot of property, so much property, but no parents. No parents we have, lot of property we have. There will be many others around us to be, looking after you for some time till the property is robbed. And here, the property has already been robbed and the parents are not there. That is the miserable condition of this woman who is all alone now. I regret I cannot do anything for you. I have come here specially on the train. I wanted to talk to you for a moment. Such a polite expression. See, I just wanted to talk to you for a moment. It's not convenient for me now, said the woman. I can't see you another time. It's not convenient for me, you come another time. See, she has come far away by train to meet her, and just because she does not want to hand over the things, she says, come another time, busy. She nodded and cautiously closed the door as though no one inside the house should be disturbed. I stood where I was on the step. She kept on standing in the same place. The curtain in front of the bay window moved. She moved the curtain at the window. Why did she move the curtain? To look from the curtain to find whether that person is still there. Someone stared at me and would then have asked what I wanted. Someone stared at me and asked me what I wanted. Oh, nothing. The woman would have said it was nothing. She looked at her in such a way that the question came into her mind. Oh, nothing, nothing, nothing. Sorry. That was the kind of expression that she let out from her. I looked at the nameplate again. Dorling, it said, in black letters on white enamel, and on the jam a bit higher, the number 46. So that is the correct address. This was the address given to her by her mother. Okay. So I want you now to understand this, only this much. I appreciate all the students who are